Road to William. I be ballin'. Hey, welcome to another episode of I Be Ballin' Basketball Show with your girl Ashley. I be ballin'. We're gonna do a movie review called Shattered Glass, a WNBPA story. I got my cousin Road to William. Got an awesome channel called Road to William. Tell everybody about it.
Road to William. Uh, what can I say? We do reviews. We give people flowers. Um, we do. It's a one-stop shop YouTube channel. You learn some things. You laugh. You grow. Yeah, come over to my channel. Vibe out. Yeah, I do interviews. Yeah, that's my channel.
Yeah, after you guys watch this WNBA review, go to Road to William, RTW. You want to learn about black culture, black icons, LGBTQ community, movie reviews, TV show movie reviews, interviews, music interviews. The list goes on and on. What more do you want? What more do you need? Right? You got the culture, you got the music, you got the film. Go subscribe. Subscribe to both of us. Like, comment, and subscribe. Because it helps the algorithm. The algorithm. But yeah, let's get it started. If you guys want to watch this movie, it's on Tubi. $3.99. That's how. Yeah, Tubi be having some great movies, man. Great categories. They going up. So, Shattered Glass, it features, popular WNBA players. You may know Nneka Ogwumike. She's the president of the Players Association. And you learn more about how her personal life is, her career, and also you see behind the scenes and the meetings that they go through because they're trying to help themselves, but also the future and working out the CBA and contracts. But also, if you're a, New York Liberty fan, Breanna Stewart, MVP, right? And Jonquel Jones. So you get to know a little bit about their lives, their home lives, their girlfriends, pets, and parents. So I like seeing all those behind the scene pictures. They showed a credible basketball scenes, especially last year's WNBA finals. But they really talked about the beginning of the WNBA, how it all started, where it is now, and how they're trying to build for the future, right? We saw, them advocating for the women athletes, and they're talking about the CBA and the contracts and how things have gotten better, but they could get even more better. So, what did you take away from this film? Like, is there anything that shocked you, or like, what was your takeaway?
Uh, this was this was a good documentary because it did teach me a lot about the WNBA in more depth. Um, there was I need the name now.
Which one is it?
The one who she was the OG of it all. the OG Cheryl Swoops,
Yeah, Short Troops. Yeah.
and what she went through and how she was raising her child while being a part of history, you know. But like she has said in the film, like they had to go through things in order for the WNBA to be what it is now. Um, I enjoyed the different stories. I really connected with Jonquel. Is that how you say her name? Jonquel
Yeah.
Jones.
Jones.
Just because she came outside the U.S. and her mom had to, and her dad, they had to believe in like that test of faith, and it's all about like if her parents didn't believe in, you know, just taking that leap, we wouldn't even have known who she was, and she probably would have had to just do the regular thing in life. But I'm glad they took her dream seriously. Breanna Stewart, I learned more about her, and I liked her approach and her stance on just forgetting what people say, because people talk a lot of crap about the WNBA, and it's we rarely hear from the players like how they feel about other people and what they think about it, because all we see them is on the court. You know what I mean? And so I like her stance of just like, you know, they can go F off. Like I don't really care. Like um and so no, I enjoyed the documentary a lot. I thought it was really hard for them to, and I'm glad they touched on it, but it's like on them leaving to go international to play, and a lot of things that was coming up, it just was like, yeah, this just doesn't make sense. It's unfair that, you know, we'll look at LeBron or Steph Curry or name any NBA player, a player we probably half don't even know is making quadruple the amount that WNBA players barely get like crumbs. Like they shouldn't have to be worrying about, oh, when our season is over, what we gonna do? Like, and you gotta leave your family. And although they said they get treated better overseas and get paid well overseas, they shouldn't have to leave, you know, the U.S., you know, to get paid. Like that just seems crazy. And I know uh, when we talked about that movie Love and Basketball, and they they kind of had a good light, shed a good light on what it's like and how, you know, remember in the movie one girl was like, shoot, she went back to work at a bookstore, and she had to pay the bills, and it's like it was a movie, but they were highlighting what happens, and I just thought it was really sad for them to have to go overseas like that. That just doesn't. And still to this, when did this come out? Like last year or something, or was it this year?
um, it came out this year.
Were they filming last? Maybe they were filming last year, and that's just ridiculous that they have to do that. But like I said, when you and Jonathan was talking on the IB basketball group on Facebook, I was like, the reality is nobody was paying attention to the WNBA until Brittany Griner got locked up overseas, you know, and that just, I don't know. And people start coming around, and then the NBA players start, you know, showing more love. And I feel like that's important too. Like they gotta, even though it's not their job, it helps to have their acknowledgement for the WNBA because nobody was paying attention to them.
Yeah, I think it was a good documentary that it told the truth. And it kind of, I wouldn't say it exposed stuff because a lot of the stuff, has been out, but sometimes you read articles about it, but this was like a good, concise documentary that, like you said, you didn't know much about it. If someone that doesn't know much about the WNBA wanted to just learn about it, this is a great documentary to watch because I like that they went from the past, like, okay, the 96 Olympics, and then how the WNBA got started. And they're like, what happened? It was booming. Swoops is the first, one to get their signature shoe. She's the first one to sign. I like that. You know, they highlighted Swoops and how she said that hopefully the players advocate for a pension for the retired players because one day you'll be a retired player. And sometimes people are always shocked. They be like, what, you don't have this, you don't have that? And because they were, yeah, back in the, it was like 2020, and um they improved like women and having babies and how they get treated. And people are like, what, you guys didn't have paid time off? What, you didn't have that? And they just now starting to do that, a couple years ago. And now this new CBA is about to happen. And so they gotta, because women's sports is on the rise, but we gotta be treated, fairly. Now, we're never gonna get paid like the men because of the revenue, but if your numbers are increasing each year, you should get, more of the pie, more of the cake, you know. For example, record attendance is always rising. The playoffs and the finals is always rising, you know. So it's like, can the WNBA do better? Yes. They don't market their players enough. Like, think about it. Like, sometimes casual players in the NBA that aren't that famous, but some people don't even know, you know, when the WNBA season is or how many teams it is or who can name one player on each team, because they don't market, the players. And I like that they even admitted that. It's like, come on. What are you guys doing right now?
And I liked how Breanna Stewart said something around the lines of like okay, let's say the current NBA, WNBA players from here on out start getting the pensions and all that. She had said like, okay, get the people from before us too. And I thought that was really dope of her to say because she could be in the position she's in and only think about herself and her team or her current state in it. But it is important to go back because it's not far to go back. They started in the 90s. like
97, yeah.
and you know, they should be getting way more accolades and praise and all the stuff that comes with it. They shouldn't be trying to figure out okay flights and every year like they got to do this every year and then they don't. I think they had said they don't get they have to pay for their own flights. I think what's her name, it started with an N and I don't want her name up.
Nneka Ogwumike.
Nneka. Like they were saying her family was cool too like but they were highlighting what they still have to pay out of pocket. And I'm like, what? that that really shocked me right there. Like, I don't know what's going on with that. But I also liked how I don't know how it is with the NBA, but I like how there are like current players still in the room where it comes to decision making. I think that's important too, to always have some players in the room because they're the players. They know what they need.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's like different presidents and stuff
Mm-hmm.
to represent the players. So both leagues have that. I was surprised to hear, you know, I mean, I guess I wasn't super surprised, but when they said that they didn't have health insurance like when they first started and stuff, and how they were just happy to be there, get a little bit of money, and they didn't have basketballs. When the coach said that, like, you're playing basketball, you're playing basket, and it's like you're supposed to have basketballs, and it's like what? And they definitely have to figure something out about that competitive advantage because there are billionaire owners that are willing to spend on their team, but in the contract they have to, keep it a equal playing field. So it's like if one billionaire owner wants to do something special for their team and one owner doesn't, they could say, "Oh no, that's competitive advantage. You shouldn't do that." But if the owner wants to do it, you should allow it, right? And that's why that lady was like, "You got to take the training wheels off." That was funny, but I'm glad they're starting to get charter flights. But even this other, I forgot what her name was, but she was complaining that even though they got charter flights, something else is wrong with it. Um, it's there. Basically, she's like, it's more to the story. It's not, you know, it's more than meets the eye in the picture. And so I was like, oh, you know, they still got a long way to go.
Yeah.
So did you have like a favorite scene that you liked? I know you said you really liked Jonquel's story.
Um, I just like when I saw all of them with their families
Yeah.
and how important that is because if they don't have support, like it will be a lonely road, a lonely journey for them. And so I think that was my favorite part to see that they have a good support system within their family and in their community too that's willing to fight for them.
Yeah. I did like the bloopers at the end. That was pretty cool. And of course, I loved the basketball highlights. And they kind of showed like a little bit of every player, Lisa Leslie and Cynthia Cooper. I liked how they showed some of the past players. Candace Parker, my favorite. She retired. Oh, man. But overall, it was great. There's a lot of documentaries about basketball players, and you learn more about them and their lives and stuff. And this is one of those documentaries that you don't have a bunch. You don't have a bunch of documentaries or any shows really about WNBA players. And I think there should be, how like there's in football they do Hard Knock Life. No, not Hard Knock Life. Hard Knocks or something. It's called Hard Knocks. And they basically follow a team each season and then they document that. And I'm like, that's another good marketing idea for, the WNBA. Make it into a show or a movie and you each season you do maybe 5 players or you do one team per season. Like this could have been a great year to, I know some people are tired of Caitlin Clark, but this would have been a good time to follow her team in her rookie year. Maybe they're doing it and they just haven't announced it. I don't know. But you gotta learn more about these players, or at least the top players, or like the starting 5. And I was like, another good idea is like, there's 12 teams. There's about to be 14, but there's 12 teams. So have 12 commercials with some of the top players of that team or something, because you do need to learn more about the W, you know. Um
You need,
Marketing.
yeah,
Oh, here you go.
marketing is important. Social media is very important. I think the players took it into their own hands to start having their own TikToks. I think I just followed Angela Angela Reese and
Angel. Angel.
Angel. They like, yeah, cancel. Get him out of here.
No, no, no. It doesn't matter.
Hey, I already say when I come on my cousin's channel, I don't know squat about the details of the sports. I just know the Bucks and Giannis. I don't know anything else. Okay, I know the old school players back in the day: Ben Wallace, Allen Iverson. You have VC. You have Vince Carter up there. I mean, I know the OGs.
Yeah.
I know Leslie. I know Leslie Jones. I know Candace Parker. Cookie. We all know Cookie.
You you like Ty Young.
Oh yeah. Wait, do I still follow Ty Young?
Yeah, you like
I
her.
want to buy her merch. Be yourself. But she's in the coaching now, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really? Huh.
But I don't know what team she. I unfollow a lot of people all the time, so I don't know what she does. I just do that because sometimes like I don't want to see all this, but I do refollow people sometimes. But all I'm saying, there's a few of them I don't know their names, but if I saw their face, I'm like, oh yeah. Um, what was that? Social media is important. They're jumping on TikTok. They're jumping on. They need some YouTube channels. That's the big thing. Everybody got a YouTube channel. It's some people, it's some rappers and all that who don't need one, and they have a whole podcast. Okay, they can hop on. They can have their own podcast. They don't have to be running it, but someone does. Like there's ESPN, but it's heavily for NBA. You know, like they need their own damn their channel. You know what I mean? But we're in a height of social media. Marketing is important, and they shouldn't have to do it all on their own. You think LeBron really gotta pick up any camera to film? They're hitting his phone out. Hey, can you come here? They need they gotta stop acting like they don't need them. They're on WNBA is on Prize Picks. They're like, oh gosh, here we go. They're on Prize Picks. People are betting on them, literally. You can't tell me there's not a market for them. There's not money out there for them. And I think Ice Cube could be really one of them ones who could like be one of those. He's not a billionaire, but he got a little change. He might got a little money. He was about to invest in the Caitlin Clark, and they was on his neck for that. They were on his neck. Because they were like, why would you give it to her? And you know, it was probably some racial things in there of why. That's why it got heightened. That's really what it is. Because if he would have gave it to anybody else of color, he wouldn't have been a problem. Like, oh yeah, he's a good one. He's a good one. No. So I think Ice Cube he's not afraid to like push through those barriers, and I think he would be one of a good investor. I think LeBron, I think one of the top NBA players could invest if they wanted to. I mean, there's so many avenues they could go. It's just like pick one and let's run with it. You know, let's run with it.
That's a great idea. This is a great time to get, um, because I think the commissioner was like, she wants like 16 teams. So hey, because right now Bay Area and Toronto got their teams, so that's 14. There's two more cities or states. Ice Cube could just create his own WNBA team.
Where's Milwaukee at? What was
Huh?
that they called?
Who?
The Milwaukee had one, didn't they?
Yeah, Milwaukee does. Man, I wish that could come back. We don't gotta use the Doe's name,
Yeah,
but
do something else.
man, I wish we could have a team here in Milwaukee, small market. But I think if we had like a Giannis type player, people will come out
That
because that would be
he's highly respected in the mill.
because
Highly respected.
Chicago Bulls versus Milwaukee Bucks, that's sort of like a borderline rivalry. We could have a rivalry with the Chicago Sky, Angel Reese, you know. Let's get it. But you need somebody to believe in. You need the money, obviously, right? And you need someone that, you know.
And they need a gym because I don't know if the Bucks gonna let them be there.
Yeah, usually they share it with the WNBA team, but like in the documentary they show that the New York Liberty got kicked out, right, of the Barclays Center because that was the NBA draft, right? So they couldn't.
I think everybody need their own gym. Like that's nice. Yeah,
But they may not have the money.
Where? What do you mean? There's a high rise every other day.
They may not want to spend the money because
why?
I don't know.
Lose an investment. There's somebody out here who built a $1 billion building, and he couldn't finish the building. So then all these people started tagging, spray painting it, base jumping off of it, downtown in LA. Dude, all the buildings that they make don't finish them. Then they get mad at people going in there and doing their thing. It's just like, okay, there's space. They're building a new building every other day. Then you can't tell me there's no money. People have money. They don't want to invest in it because it's women's sports. They're trying to hire, and I didn't mean to get political on here. You're probably gonna lose a few people once I say this, but
it doesn't matter.
People, you probably want them to fall off anyway. But people vote for Trump. Those people, they don't want to invest money in women. Like, they don't believe in women, anything. So if we got people rooting for a president who shames women, just women in general, of course there's going to be people who are always going to have something to say about, oh no, there's not enough money for that. But you're putting trillions into this one player who could get hurt and not play ever again. So there's no excuse is what I'm getting at. There's no excuse when they're building a new McDonald's every other around the corner. That's the same space. Like, come on. It's an excuse. They don't take women's sports seriously. But they're gonna have to because they are filling them seats again. Their names are being talked about more than ever before. So somebody got to gather up some change. You know what I mean? To get a gym. Like, they build a new fitness gym every other day. Nobody's in there. Nobody's in that gym. No one's in.
What you say?
No one's ever in those workout gyms. They're not in there. They get those memberships and don't go back. Nobody anything there anyway. There's too much space in this world for people it's an excuse.
Yeah.
You just need enough people to care that got money. That's it. And go from there. Who is it? I don't know.
I don't know either. But every year, after every season, there's numbers about how the WNBA is growing, the attendance, the merch, the viewership, right? And if it's growing, why don't you invest in it? And it's like this documentary shows there are stories to be told about players that you don't know. You could even tell stories about players that's played in the past, the present, and the future. Like,
where are they now?
Yeah,
A reality show. Like, no,
exactly, a reality show.
fine,
Juju
fine.
in college on USC. You got Caitlin Clark here now. You got Asia Wilson, who has a great personality. Angel Reese, she's a personality when she walks in the room. Yeah, Flau'jae. There's a lot with her music. There's Breanna Stewart. There's Alyssa Thomas, who doesn't get enough love. There's
Alexa
plenty of
Thomas.
stories,
Yep, yep.
and people love players that they can relate to, that can humanize the person. But you gotta, market them. You gotta put them. Um, uh, there's some commercials with some WNBA players. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. So State Farm is, sort of helping the women with Sabrina Ionescu and Sue Bird and Asia Wilson. I'm glad Asia Wilson finally got a signature shoe. Nike said it's coming next year, and they
I mean, they
this
could
is
drop
like
it
the
this year.
second, huh?
They could
What?
drop it this year, but like, let's get
This
the
is the
ball rolling. What are
yeah.
we
I
waiting
heard
for?
I heard it's been happening for I heard it's been happening for like a year behind the scenes, but
Hey,
she's the second one. What?
you know that? What's that one? We should do a review on that too. But what was that one? It was like a docu series, and it had that man, that coach. He was yelling at them, and they played in East LA. It's called E, but they were like players.
Oh, Netflix. It was
Yeah,
on Netflix.
but no one believed at them, and they didn't have good
Yeah,
grades.
they were like D2, D3. That's where they was playing. That
They
was a good documentary.
they need stuff like that for women. Like, come on, like, what is the
I know I
hesit-
know Netflix is, huh?
what is the hesitation?
I don't know. I know Netflix is doing a series called Quarterback, and they're following different NFL quarterbacks, and now they're planning on following different NBA players. And I'm like, you could do that for the WNBA.
They're like, they can wait. They can wait.
They're at their highest. You can do one WNBA pro, one pass pro, one college player. There's so many options.
And we gotta shout out Queen Latifah. Why? Because on Living Single, she brought out some WNBA players. They need to be on TV shows. Even Martin had some on his. Yeah, I think
Yep,
Martin had some on.
yep. They had Don Staley was on there whooping Martin's butt. That
And
that's dope.
they need stuff like that. Like the Shy could, like Lena Waithe could. She's good. She's like in the culture. She could. She got some connects. She out in LA. She could get some of these players on the Shy. The people, the Chicago Skies, you said out there. Like, I mean, it takes the culture, the people that's in it, you know, to get them more involved, more put them out in the forefront. You know what I mean? All them people who be going to the WNBA games, there's probably some people sitting there, they can make some change. They like, no, I just want to get some snacks and just relax and watch the game and enjoy myself. We got stuff to do. Y'all need to stop
And
together. If we had the money, we would have already had this shit juking. But we don't. And so now, so we gotta figure out ways to push it to the forefront. Somebody got something.
if I had the money, I would do it. Also, if you notice on ESPN, they don't have any WNBA show. Like sometimes they have like this preview show before a game, but that doesn't really count because
Oh,
you have First Take, you have um NBA Today. What about WNBA Today? Why not name a show like that?
And
30
what
minutes. Because some of y'all shows that be 30 minutes, that it be boring. I don't understand what's the hesitation. And
and KD be hugging them WNBA players off sometimes. We don't like that either.
oh my goodness.
Now he hug them different. He hug them with the fists at the back because people was coming at him because the way he was hugging them.
Who?
The dude who don't, they be coming for his hair. KD.
Oh. Oh
And they don't
man.
like the way he be hugging them WNBA players. So then he started hugging certain ones with the fist at the back.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Nope.
No, I think they need to get it together. We got the solutions, but y'all got the money. Y'all got the connections. Y'all know spaces that's not being used. Like, what are we really doing here? Like,
Everybody got to step up their game. Marketing team, the players' agents, even y'all got to step it up, or y'all gonna get fired. Just like,
y'all right.
just like Taji fired her agents. But anyway, it was a great documentary. I
Yes.
don't really have any criticisms about it because I feel like it doesn't matter if you're just getting into the WNBA or you've been here since 97. It's great, entertaining, it's educational, but it's also like inspirational, and it's like, what will the future hold? Because the future is bright. Everybody be like, coming for the comments, it always be dudes. They be like, oh, stay in the kitchen, or nobody's at the games. Those two people are at the games. Like, no, first of all, there's plenty of people at the games. Is it NBA full? No, but why is there's some games, how it's in the arena, but it's so big, especially for like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. They got to go to another arena to play that game. Why? Because people are interested. And you know what? I think people are interested because social media, you didn't really have that social media boom in, the 90s. And also, you're learning more about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese's stories, right? The more you know about them personally, you want to follow them even more. It goes even beyond the court.
Yeah.
Right now, they are showing us more, on ESPN, and now you got, different like Prime Video. There was this preseason game, Angel Reese's first preseason game. Someone was filming it on Twitter because the NBA didn't show it. I mean, the WNBA didn't show it. Someone was filming on Twitter.
I'm about to see if they hiring because clearly somebody ain't got no job. I'm about to see if they hiring out here in LA.
And
What's
then the next preseason game, they showed it. They showed, but the want is there. People are acting like, oh, people are not watching. People have been watching. It's been increasing each year, but you guys don't market it. I
yeah,
remember when I was younger,
out there?
Candace Parker was on the LA Sparks. There was a big rivalry with Minnesota Lynx and the LA Sparks. A big rivalry that the WNBA should have took advantage of, but they didn't. Just like there's a rivalry with the Celtics versus the Lakers. Everyone knows there's a rivalry with Lakers versus Celtics. Everybody knows that, right? But you wouldn't know that about the WNBA because they don't promote it, right? You got to broadcast it.
They want all the rivalries. I forgot what person said it, like which team said it, but they were like, they want everyone to be like kumbaya, like, because it's the women's team. No, they're the basketball team. We don't want them to be kumbaya. They fall, they pick them up. No, leave them on the ground.
Listen,
Get on their face.
this Caitlin Clark thing went it went too far than it needed to be. Like, are there some people jealous about the attention she's getting, maybe the money she's getting? Yes, of course. But people are not gonna say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, we gotta protect you." Oh, no, they're gonna go at you, right?
I'm not
And they're gonna go at you. They don't care who you are. And it's not just Caitlin Clark. Every rookie goes through this. It's rookie treatment.
yeah.
It right. And my thing is, some people are saying that the WNBA is only having success because of Caitlin Clark. Is she a big, big influence and popularity and getting a lot of views and more people to the game? Yes. But is she the only one?
No.
No. Right? There's MVPs. There's Candace Parker. Hello. Right? There's Cynthia Cooper, Strauss Roops, Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Asia Wilson. The list goes on and on. Breanna Stewart, Lauren Jackson. You guys got to know your history, right? Maya Moore. Maya Moore. Can't, Caitlin Clark looked up to Maya Moore. If there wasn't a Maya Moore, where would Candace, Clark be? And now Clark is inspiring another generation, right? You gotta respect the past, present, and the future,
I might
right?
go to a game. I might go to a game. I just looked up the tickets, $20.
Yes, it's cheap. Go,
And
go
the
see the
LA
future.
Sparks, versus the Las Vegas Aces
Oh my goodness,
on Sunday. I
the
might go.
champs, the champs, the Aces champs is cheap. Go to a game. What else you gonna do? Sit at home watching reruns? No, just go support because I feel like basketball is basketball. It doesn't matter if someone's dunking or not, right? It
But
doesn't
let them dunk
matter.
in 2K. Please let them dunk in 2K.
Yeah,
At,
because
at least let
Brittany
Brittany.
Griner, hello. And I think
Yeah.
when we get older, there's gonna be women that's windmilling, and it's in the genes. Because if you notice, even with the men, the athleticism has increased.
Yeah.
Even with the men,
Yeah.
my thing is basketball is a basketball. If you're a basketball fan, it doesn't matter what gender is playing. I like high school basketball. I like college basketball. You can't tell me if you're a basketball fan, you can't tell me you can't find one player or one team you can't root for in the WNBA. Because in the NBA and college, I can find at least one on each side of the women and men in college, high school, NBA that I like. Are there some players I don't like? Yeah. Some teams I find boring? Yeah. But there's other, players and teams I find exciting.
And I feel like the WNBA play a little bit harder.
Yeah,
They
they're
play
more
better. Sorry.
they're more fundamentally skilled
Yes.
because they can't rely on like athleticism like the guys do. Even Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was the biggest WNBA supporter. He would always bring Gigi to the games wearing the orange sweater. He was a big advocate for women basketball. And he even said, women are more skilled. He said it. And you guys love Kobe.
The best players that's ever played.
He's the GOAT, right? So
I mentioned Jordan.
right? And yeah, MJ, and I love that, he was a girl dad, RIP. And I saw that their little girl was I don't know her name, but she was playing basketball, so maybe she's the one. I don't know. But support the WNBA, and if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
Zip it. Zip it.
Anything you want to say?
I realized I'm gonna be doing something Sunday. I was like, I can afford $20 ticket, $40. I got paid for that. Now that the snacks, I might have to eat before. I don't know how them snacks.
Yeah.
But I've never been to a WNBA game. The only time I seen women play live was like, it was like one or two women in the Harlem Globetrotters once, and I saw.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, I mean, if I go, I'll let you know. I'll film a little bit. But
Ooh.
I don't know how filming works. I don't know. You be filming a lot up in the Buck Stadium, but I think overall the documentary highlighted a lot of things that are important to move the WNBA forward. I think it was good for them to lay out the issues and what's missing, because then somebody can come in and just fill the gaps, like, oh, boop boop, and then we can advance from there. But until they address the issues, like, nothing's going to get done. You do have to market. That's the main thing. Like, we got to market our stuff. If we didn't share stuff, we didn't put stuff out, nobody would know what was going on with us. They'd be like, who is that? You gotta market. Everybody gotta market, including the WNBA. We got more stuff out than the WNBA. Like, I think Ashley might be part of that change. I'm pushing for that, So, hey, hit up my cousin Ashley. She knows what needs to be done, because somebody's not doing it at all. At all.
The time is now. The time is now.
What up?
Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Comment about, if you've seen the movie, what you think about the WNBA and the issues. Make sure you go to my cousin William, Road to William. Go check out the channel. Peace. Thank you guys for watching.
Hopefully I see Sanaa Lathan there. She might
Oh, basketball. I'm playing for your heart. You have to stay like this the whole practice. But coach. But yeah, that's a classic.
I'm a ball player. They should put a second one out, and then they can add the WNBA players to that.
See?
Come on, Sanaa Lathan, where are you? I know you do films. I know you direct. I know you write. What are y'all doing? Omar, you're done with Raising Kanan. You're done. You can get back on the court. Coach or something. The State Farm guy. Wait, what was that black man who was State Farm? Get him. Come on. Y'all can do a reboot. Come on. There's
Mike.
Like Mike.
Yep.
And then his daughter acts too. Come on, she could be the W. What are y'all doing? Nothing.
Hit us up for ideas. We got plenty.
Hit us up for ideas. Who are y'all? You better get to know it. Peace. I'm tryna ring the bell. I'm tryna make a sell. I'm tryna tell these niggas I need a motherfucking wishing well.